Welcome! Today we're reacting to Gen Z's energy drink crisis, and I'm actually not sure if it's really a crisis. I mean, I feel like it's normal, at least for me. I've been drinking energy drinks since forever, but that's me thing. Maybe I'm part of the crisis, who knows? But yeah, it's a Tommy NFG video. It's actually first time for me to reacting to his videos, so I'm actually interested in what it's going to be like, you know, reacting to it. Let's begin. Yeah.
Coffee has been around for nearly 500 to 600 years.
I mean, he's correct. There is pretty significant history of coffee, and that is caffeine. That is a caffeinated drink, caffeine, you know. Actually, like, the coffee goes back to centuries even, if you think about it. Like, not brewing coffee, but like eating it. You can actually consume the coffee beans if you try. I wouldn't recommend. It doesn't taste good, but for centuries we have been doing that. I mean, at least in some parts of the world, at least, you know? Okay, let's continue.
You could argue it's probably one of the most successful drugs ever released to society. People...
I wouldn't call it that. It's a resource. It's a food, you know?
Whole civilizations built off these damn beans. Of course, when coffee wasn't hitting hard enough, they had to make a teeny tiny subtle switch to cocaine to boost production. Hey, we can say
just you know, tiny bit of change over here, you know, just some white powder. Yeah.
what we want about it, but you can't tell me they wasn't handling with swiftness from the 70s to 80s, which was at the time in the US when things were at their most affordable. But sadly, that became illegal, so eventually they found a brand new, totally not harmful at all product to replace it: energy drinks. And slowly over time, especially since the 2000s, they become more and more popular every year, with Gen Z now leading the chart as the group who consumes the most energy drinks. And I'm not gonna lie,
what's the number? How bad? You know, how bad is it?
It's not even close. We're kind of close.
According to studies nowadays, 75 to 80% say they drink them regularly. And older
That's in the US, right? Yeah. I'm not sure how bad it is in the US. Like, when it comes to energy drinks, like, I know they have variety, and I know, like, some types of energy drinks you have in the US are, like, well, crazy bad for you compared to, like, the you know, European versions of them, especially. Like, there are literally, like, brands of energy drinks you can find in the USA that you will never be able to find in Europe, because you cannot just, like, you cannot simply export them here, basically. But yeah. But that is crazy.
Generations drink them the least. But to be fair, that doesn't mean older generations don't have caffeine. They just have coffee a lot more than energy.
I mean, yeah. Like, if you compare it, like, if I compare myself to, like, my parents, I mean, especially my mum. My mum literally drinks coffee every day, 3 times a day. So sometimes 4. And then you have me here who's like, just one energy drink every couple of days, you know? Not every day, every couple of days. I had one yesterday, and I will have one tomorrow, probably. And that's how I roll with the thing, you know? Like, I feel like I drink more milkshakes nowadays than energy drinks. I feel like milkshakes kind of more refreshing. Don't know why.
Drinks. I can give boomers credit on that, though. They can manage their caffeine a lot better than us. You know, other than destroying the world's economies, causing wars for no reason, being selfish and on younger generations for a world they created, and saying just buy a house like I did for 2 pennies and a handshake, seems like they've gotten caffeine addiction pretty beaten. And as someone who started having energy drinks and pre-work,
yeah, but they didn't have to, you know, handle so much BS, and they wouldn't have to be, like, so tired, I think. Because I feel like Generation Z, like younger generations, you know, tend to be more tired because of their, like, you know, overstimulated by the whole BS going on around the world. Because, like, you'll be using social media every day. I'll be using social media every day. If, like, I check my social media, I'm like, oh, you know, it was like, I would be like, I'm so tired, mate. I don't want another economic crisis. I don't want to go work in the factory like my grandparents. Actually, my grandparents had decent jobs. I would be like I would be worse off going to factory nowadays than my grandparents were literally straight after, like, Poland turned to communism. That means something, you know. That does mean something.
workout around 4 years ago when I turned 19. Not gonna lie, it was mainly because I started going to the gym and wanted
I mean, yeah, going to the gym melks English here. ESL, you know, English second language. Somehow lived in the UK, English second language. But yeah, going to the gym just it makes you more energetic in a way, because like having a lot of fat and I would say extra layers of skin, maybe like extra weight. There you go, fat, extra weight, many things like that does increase your tiredness in a way. I don't know like the proper biology behind that. You know, you would ask like the, I don't know who, a doctor or a VTuber doctor. There is a VTuber doctor. You know, you could ask him how that works, because I'm pretty sure that that's how it works somehow, somewhere down there. I failed biology, by the way.
To get the best gains. Caffeine addiction is probably top 5 addictions this generation has right now. And especially when I started having it more, I can understand why it's hard for some people to stop. Because just like all other stimulants, you end up getting a tolerance to it and needing more. For some people, it's bad. It can...
For me, it's bad. Like, I only drink energy drinks nowadays because they taste good. I've been drinking them since... oh my days. I've been drinking them since like you know, UK high school basically. Even actually no, even before that. Since I've been drinking energy drinks back in the days when UK had middle schools. I don't think anywhere in UK has them anymore. So that might be, you know, a good way to describe that. You know, like I've been drinking them since the time there was something that no longer exists.
Get to the point where if you have it too much, days you don't have it will give you headaches. And some people...
Yeah, it does happen to some people. Not to me, at least. But I've seen people that are like so addicted to like energy drinks and like caffeinated drinks that they would have migraines because they wouldn't have like, you know, the necessarily amount of caffeine inside of them to function basically. Or like, you know, especially in like very early hours. That this does tend to happen in like very early hours, and then like once you are past that's a certain point, it's like no longer, you know, as bad. So yeah,
people even throw up because their body needs it, which is why
that is actually insane. I've never seen a case of anybody like throwing up because they are so addicted to a energy drink or like caffeinated drink or anything like that. Thinking about it is actually insane, because like, how bad do you have to be, you know, how badly addicted you have to be in such a position that you're like vomiting because you don't have the caffeine necessarily for like your functions, maybe, or something like that. Maybe it's a placebo, who knows.
You should always keep it balanced and have some break days a week where you don't have caffeine, like at least 2 days in the week. But even
I'd say 2 days is not enough, actually. I feel like maybe 3 days in a week is better, because like you could have it every other day basically, and that feels more balanced than having it like, you know, let's just have a break, like, you know, in the middle of the week and maybe like one day off during weekend. Like, yeah, I would say every other day would be much more stable. Also, it would be good for your wallet, because energy drink prices are going up crazy time, you know. I remember when... okay, actually, no. That is a bad comparison. I remember when we had energy drinks that were very bad for your health that costed like about less than 50p, you know? Imagine this. Something that costs less than 50p, you know? For comparison, that's like... less than 50 euro, around 60 cents basically, I'd say, something like that, you know. So you can get the rough estimate there was like very cheap and very affordable for teenagers, you know. And that was back in the days when in the UK you didn't have to like show your ID to buy energy drinks. You could just go up to Tesco's, buy an energy drink. You could go up to like, you know, your local boss man and be like, I want 3 energy drinks. That's gonna cost me £2. 2 pennies. No, not 2 pennies. £2. so yeah, that would be like that sort of situation. Like, honestly, the moment they ask you for an ID because you want to buy energy drink is like crazy for me, because like I lived through my whole life without that, and now even nowadays they sometimes ask me for my ID. I'm like, well, I don't look like I'm depressed. Just like, I don't look like a tired adult. What do you mean? You want to check my ID? I look young. Wow. Surprise. I'm actually surprised when they do that. Like, I'm like, what do you mean?
Then with people having it, one thing I didn't realize because I did research before I started having it is how many people...
You do research. I had it before I even considered thinking about health aspects of it. I was like, it doesn't taste bad. I literally, like, the story of me going back to like ages ago and drinking energy drinks is like, I bought like a very bad cheap energy drink. I'm like, it tastes pretty bad, but it's not actually that bad. Let me just drink it, you know, and I would drink it at literally like straight to school, because like that was even before I developed insomnia, actually. So that is like a long story for me. Like, I've been drinking that until I started to develop insomnia like a couple of years later, and then the moment I started having insomnia, I literally need to like get one every day, and I slowly, like, by the time I became my adult, I had to, like, you know, slowly just stop drinking them, basically. So I just like slowly, you know, slowly figured out my situation with caffeine, basically, you know. And nowadays I'm like caffeine free, basically. Like, I could be going for like a couple of weeks without like any coffee, I mean, I do tend to drink some sodas sometimes. They are like slightly caffeinated, I would say, but like, if I can, I tend to go for like zero caffeine, zero sugar, zero like, you know, zero anything sort of sodas, you know, like zero anything cola or anything like that, you know. I tend to do that, and then I just drink water, or at least I try my best to drink water. I'm more of a flavored water sort of person, you know. Like, if water doesn't have a flavor, I'm like, it's like, I don't think I want to drink that, you know.
People don't know the limits and drink over it a day. The FDA and most of the world's...
What do we have here? We have Prime. I never drank Prime. Well, I don't know this one here, but that looks like Monster Energy. You have Ghost. I did drink Ghost, actually. Bang, I heard of it. Riot, never heard of it. Rain, I did drink Rain. Rain wasn't that bad, actually. So yeah, and then you have Celsius over there. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And then you have C4, which I never drank. And you have like some newer ones here somewhere. Like, Full Throttle, never heard of it. Literally never seen it.
Health organizations say you should have a max of 400 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is already a lot. For reference, that's having 4 cups of coffee a day, 10 cans of soda.
10 cans of soda a day? Well, that is actually crazy.
Or 2 cans of 200 milligram energy drinks. For real, the only reason you should even be having that much is if you go to the gym and lift a lot or work like 14-hour days. But even with this being clear public information, people will casually brag online that they have double that amount or even more. Like, you just admitting to overdosing on social media in 2020.
That actually sounds crazy in my opinion. I personally couldn't imagine like having more than like 1 energy drink in a day. Like, nowadays. Back when I was young. I sound like a boomer, but like back in like when I was like a teenager, I could imagine having like maybe 2 or 3 energy drinks, and that wouldn't even be like 500 milliliter ones. That would be like tiny ones, so that wouldn't even go down the, you know, overdosing route, actually, because that would be like 300 milligrams, I think. Maybe actually less, because the ones I used to drink that were like very bad tasting used to have like 80 milligrams per can, basically, and the cans were very small, so that would be 240 basically, so like a little bit more than half. So yeah,
26, because that's what you're doing.
How much caffeine do you drink per day? 1,000 milligrams, which is 1 gram.
Bro, I mean, you're looking like someone who goes to the gym, but bro, that's crazy.
Which is 10% a lethal dose. What's your 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, like, schedule? I start the day out with 4 shots of espresso. I mix that with 2 protein shakes. That's about 256 grams of caffeine. Later in the day, I have a pre-workout before I hit the gym. This one is like 300 milligrams of caffeine, so now we're at like 650. And then I'll probably either have another one of these later in the day for my second workout.
Does this guy even sleep? I swear, if I would have like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, I wouldn't need to be sleeping anymore. and I don't even sleep much anymore. But at that point, I wouldn't even need to do that. Like, I wouldn't need sleep. I would be like staying up awake for like 2 days straight, or maybe even 3.
Or 4 more shots of espresso. Around 1,000. Do you have a problem sleeping? No, I sleep great. I track it with my Oura ring every night.
Okay, I'm surprised.
I can drink a pre-workout and go to bed if I wanted to. What is the most amount of caffeine, milligrams of caffeine you've had in one day, and how did it make you feel? For me, my all-time high, career high, is 750 milligrams in one day. That's a lot. And I remember, so I had 2 Reigns, so that's 600 right there. And then I had, I think, like 2 or 3 Diet Cokes. So that got me up to like 750. And
the comment section of this video is worse too. Somebody said 3,200.
Yeah, I would personally not recommend 3,200. I wouldn't recommend that. That sounds pretty bad. That sounds like you would be getting a heart attack, I think. Yeah. I hope this is social media, This is social media. I hope this is someone just being very hyperbolic and lying about it, I trust my senses as someone who graduated from university with a diploma in media, I think that's a lie. Maybe an AI. It's 2025. Maybe an AI.
Which is 8 times the max limit. 1,750 milligrams, which is 4 times the max limit. Funniest thing about
the 4 times the max limit, I could actually imagine. How are those people living? Like, I swear. I actually swear, like, how are they able to live? Like, I'm not sure how their, like, heart is taking it. Like, I'm not sure here. Like, but it just sounds insane to me. Like, maybe they have like very bad sleep schedule, and they are like constantly very tired, and maybe like having like that amount once every like couple of years doesn't do anything to them. Hopefully.
about this is having all this caffeine is actually going to make it work worse for you. You're just bringing up your tolerance to the point of having one energy drink is going to give you 0 effect on your body. So if you
yeah, that's actually very true as well.
think you're caffeine addicted for almost having the limit every day, there's levels to this shit. You at level 2. Obviously, the main problem with having that much is you risk having a heart attack at any moment. Your heart can only handle so much stimulation.
Yeah, that's very true. Especially that, like, it does increase, like, the amount of blood you are capable of circulating. It does increase your, like, heartbeat rate as well. So you know. So yeah, like, if you're not, like, you know, using up that energy in any significant way, like, if you drank, let's say, 2 Monsters and then went just like, you know, went to your office job and, you know, sat down there for like a couple of hours doing your office work. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, in my opinion. Like, there is no significant effect of the energy drink having on your body to actually, like, give you a proper reason to use that. And you will not be using up that energy. Like, at best, maybe you'll have, like, a, you know, energy crush coming in, like, later in the day. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm actually not sure. Like, this to me sounds very bad. This sounds like lack of discipline. This sounds like me back in 2012. Maybe not 2012. That sounds like me back in 2015. There you go. That is that bad of a level of lack of discipline. Me back in 2015, where I would come home, play CS:GO, go to sleep at 4 a.m., go to school. Like, I don't think that was me being disciplined. That was me very undisciplined. And those people are like equivalent of that sort of undisciplined, you know. Like, I mean, at least I went to school back then, you know. Maybe those people are like, you know, maybe those people go to job. But that's like, you know, equivalent nowadays, you know.
Or pop.
I mean, equivalent for adults.
There was a sad case recently of someone in Gen Z passing away from having too much caffeine.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If you have too much, you die. Yeah.
17-year-old girl named Larissa Rodriguez was having energy drinks a lot from a specific brand called Alani. Now, at her age, even though it's not recommended to have energy drinks under 18, as a teenager, the max you're supposed to have if you do is 100 milligrams a day.
Yeah. About that.
And the Alani has 200 milligrams, so we're already starting off bad. On October 20th, 2025, she sadly passed away from a heart attack after having them. Although it's not exact.
How many? How much? Did she drink them every day? Like, did she drink them twice a day? 3 times a day? 4 times a day? Bloody pigeon outside of my window.
Confirmed how many she was having a day.
Honestly, most people wouldn't be hearing that pigeon probably right now, but like, if you do, good on you. Not good on me. I'm annoyed.
People are speculating it was way more than the limit because you don't pass away at that age without really putting pressure on your body. You saw that TikTok comment section. There was admitting to having absurd amounts, and even they didn't pass away. The biggest thing going around was that she was having 6 of them a day, which
that sounds pretty bad at that age, especially.
would be 1,200.
Especially, also, we should also consider the fact, because like, the recommendation of 100 milligrams per day per person under the age of 18 is probably dependent on like average weight, and they probably calculated like the average weight for a male, not female. So you could probably consider the fact that like maybe woman should at that age have less than 100 milligrams as well, because like the body works differently. Okay, like even though human bodies are literally the same organs pretty much, except the reproductive organs, blah 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 blah, biology, the fact that women tend to have tinier bodies, or like less muscular bodies basically, means that they probably use up less energy, which as a result means that the amount of the caffeine they should be having is probably less, in theory at least. Also, I'm not sure about this one, but I think, but I'm not actually sure about that. But like, the male heart is probably much stronger, so it can like have. It is capable of like higher dosage basically, and that's like at a adult age. I don't think at a teenage age it's like necessarily as good. But then at the same time, like if you have like if you're like someone who has too much weight, let's say as a man especially, then if you have too many energy drinks, you'll probably die from a heart attack. Because you also had you top the caffeinated stuff with cardiovascular issues, and then boom. So yeah, it all depends on like the age, weight, and I would say even gender at this point. But like, I'm not 100% sure if you are like and if you're somebody that studied biology and has a like significant understanding of like body and differences in male and female body, right? You can tell me if my theory here is correct or not, because like that's what I'm thinking, but that might be a misunderstanding. That might be like me being sexist without knowing it, basically. The average day here, me being sexist, just nothing new, nothing new. Let's continue the video.
Milligrams a day, 3 times the daily limit, by the way, for an adult. And if that's really true, it's so crazy how people don't check the limits of shit anymore. The fact,
I mean, who cares?
The fact that no one in her life told her she has to stop having that much because it's gonna make her die.
Okay, pardon me. Has anybody ever checked the limit of how many cigarettes a day they are meant to have? The limit of how many energy drinks they are meant to have? The limit of bloody calories. Most people don't even check their calories. Only people that want to go to the gym basically, or want to get skinny, check their calories. Like that's how you get fat people, pretty much. Like nobody checks their calories. The amount of alcohol you're meant to have, like nobody checks that, and that's why you get people that are crazy drunk. Like, he is expecting too much from society, in my opinion, because I don't expect anything like that, because I know nobody would give a damn about this, like, I have never seen in my life anybody say, "Oh, actually, the limit you are meant to only have this many chocolate bars a day." Yes, but just like, bloody hell, mate, one a day. That's good. Maybe two if they're like, you know, them tiny ones. Just like, use logic, you know, like. Even though, like I say, use logic, most people are very illogical. Especially when it comes to like things they desire. When it comes to like desires, yeah, I don't think you can do anything about that, mate. I don't think you can do anything about it, you know? Let's continue the video. Come on.
Is crazy. If I had 1,200 milligrams of caffeine a day, I'd probably be able to run around the whole world 3 times and still be good. For her body, she definitely got used to it, which is the problem.
Yeah.
And now her family's trying to sue the company saying,
No. Okay, here's the thing. There is probably a label somewhere on the energy drink, or there is meant to be a label somewhere on the energy drink that says, do not drink more than 1 a day, maybe. Like that sort of label just prevents anybody from suing the company. Because if somebody does drink more than 1 a day, and they do kick the bucket, basically, well, then it's their fault. They have been warned. There should be a huge label on the thing saying you might die, you know.
they didn't have enough warnings about excess caffeine use, even though it says it right.
Yeah, there we go. Not recommended for children, people sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women, or women who are nursing. By women who are nursing, do they mean like the women that are taking care of a child? Maybe. Oh wait, caffeine 0 grams of sugar per serving, and then you have all of the chemistry in the world. Yep.
Right on the can. Or you could search up the health facts on.
No, you will not be searching up the health facts online, mate. No. We are too stupid for that. No. You are too smart. You are expecting too much from an average person. We don't do that in this neighborhood. We don't check facts. We don't even believe in them, probably, at this point. Me here just like, you know, saying, no, that's not how human beings work. No.
Online and instantly know the limits. Rest in peace to her, obviously. Tragic death, but...
Tragic death, indeed. Yes, precisely.
This lawsuit is not going to go anywhere.
This lawsuit is not going to go anywhere as well. Yes, I do think that as well, you know. Like, we're on the same page here. Pretty much, but like, I think bigger label maybe. Like, oh yeah, if you drink too many, you're gonna die.
This would be the equivalent of someone who died from alcohol poisoning suing the beer company for giving them that much alcohol. Also, what the f were the parents doing? They should have especially asked her about her energy drink habits since she was having.
No. You're expecting too much. Remember that those are the same types of people that do not check the social media, like do not check the internet access of their children, and then we have to end up in situations where government will have to surveil at us. And well, actually no, we end up in situations where we have to present our IDs to bloody social media conglomerates because somebody decided little Timmy that is 12 is actually allowed to play Roblox. Yeah, right. There you go. So yeah, I think I like whenever it comes to like this sort of stuff, like I believe parents are very irresponsible people, especially the parents that are like, you know, parenting nowadays. You know, they're quite irresponsible people. That they don't have the, especially the fact that they don't have the time to like raise the child or like even learn how to like, you know, figure out how to parent probably, or like. Actually, another point is that the current children, like, I feel like they are stupider when it comes to like the social media use. I don't know why. I feel like the Generation Z, like, even though Generation Z was quite annoying on social media, I do have to say that they did figure, you know, they did figure themselves out, you know, without any parental controls as well. Back in the days when internet was pretty much a Wild West, like. Or actually, no, more of a Wild West than it is now. You know, like, Actually, I'm not saying it's actually correct. It was still somewhat of a Wild West at the time. There we go. That is the best example, perfect way of saying it, because there was no longer a Wild West at the time like most Gen Z entered the internet, you know? It was not the glory days, you know? The glory days were long past.
So much. My mom to this day still gets on my ass for having any type of caffeine, and I'm not.
My parents don't care. My parents literally don't care about that. Because they're like, oh yeah, if you screw yourself over, that's your fault, you know? If you're gonna end up dying, that's your fault. Not mine. I don't care. My parents literally gave up on that. Like, they're like, you're an adult now, you're a smart person, you do what you do. And then my mom says to me at the same time, my mom says to me, like when I call her from like, you know, through WhatsApp and stuff like that, you know, a video call, right? She says I look homeless. Bloody hell. Like sometimes I'm wearing like not so nice clothes, right? And I'm like not, you know, shaved. It happens to everyone. It happens to many, you know. Sometimes you don't feel like you want to be you want to shave, and then you don't want to wear fancy clothing, right? And then somehow your bloody parents say you look like a homeless person. And you need to sort yourself out. And then I go to shave myself, and then she's like, oh yeah, you no longer look homeless. No, you just wear clothing like a homeless person. So that's like progress, you know, whatever. But yeah. The thing is, like, maybe his parents are very caring. Some parents are not really that caring. Some parents are like, if you screw up, you screw up, you know? They're like reasonable, I would say.
Not gonna lie, she's right. Low-key, in general, no one should be having caffeine, preferably. The tolerance comes...
No. That's your opinion. I believe everybody should be free to have caffeine. I believe everybody should have as much caffeine they want. But at the same time, I feel like everybody should also be warned that if they have too much, they would die, you know? Like that's the thing. Like, I feel like there is not enough information on, like, you know, the labeling of the drink that serves the purpose of informing the person. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, if you have like more than 2 cans of our energy drink, you're gonna die, you know? Like that sort of thing, you know? Because like... pardon me. I'm here like not being able to like speak because I'm kind of ill. But yeah, whatever. I feel like if you're a reasonable, logical person, you're gonna read like back of the energy drink, you're gonna see like bunch of chemistry. You're gonna be realizing, yeah, that's probably not good for me. That's if you're like somewhat smart, you know, and that's thinking that everybody is actually smart. Most people are not really smart. Most people don't even read like back of like, you know, back of like food labels or like back of energy drink or like any sort of drink or anything, basically. Like most people don't even read the instructions, and then they ask you a question how to do something. So you know, we're talking about the fact that the majority of people are very ignorant of such a thing, and as such, I would say that we do need bigger, better, stronger, you know, stronger labels for that sort of thing. And maybe even like, you know, like when you're opening an energy drink, there should be a wrap on top of it, right? And you have to remove the wrap, and on top of the wrap, they will be saying danger, like big, like red, like tiny red text saying danger, you know, dangerous. Maybe that's going to teach them that it's actually like slightly dangerous to drink that sort of drink, you know? Who knows? Not me. Like, maybe we need like a something to test it out. Maybe, I don't know.
No matter what, even if you drink coffee. But if you are going to be drinking it like most people in the world do, you should at least be hitting the limit max.
I don't even think you should be hitting the limit. Like 2 cups of coffee, maybe 3. That's my opinion. 5 cans of 250 milliliter energy drinks. 1. Actually, 250, that's maybe 2, but I would say 1. 5 shots of espresso. I don't know how many shots of espresso, you know? I just personally think that you should not be reaching the limit. I say that you should be like below the limit, you know?
and not going higher than it. It also doesn't help that energy drinks have turned into a hobby for people.
Yeah.
Why does everything have to be a hobby, man? TikTok is ruined
I mean, yeah.
doing any type of thing. You have people show off their collections of energy drinks like they're a car collector. They can point out
Yeah.
every single chemical compound in each drink like they're Walter White.
How it feels adding one more to the collection. Bro. I mean, I feel like I did that at some point. I did collect like Monster energy drink cans because I had like quite a few, and then by the time that was during university. That was back in the day. That was ages ago. But yeah, that was during university. And by the time I ended university, I did throughout all of them. I literally had like every type of Monster energy drink you could buy in the UK, and maybe some ones that are like from foreign places, basically. So yeah, that was a pretty decent collection, I would say. It was not perfect, but it was pretty decent, you know? Yeah, I would not be collecting the same types of cans. That's just waste of space.
This is an expensive hobby. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's really a expensive hobby. It just cans. Like you're gonna be drinking it anyway. Might as well just keep it, you know, around. If you want to. Like, I don't think so.
How they're getting all these different types of cans. Okay, well, not expensive like being a car collector.
I mean, mate. This is cheaper. It's cheaper than being a collector of shoes. And I remember everybody being crazy about collecting shoes back in the day. I was like, are you gonna wear them? No, I'm gonna look at them. And I was like, are you fucking stupid? No, it's an investment. Yeah, sure. The investment. And funny fact about the people that were like, oh, it's gonna be an investment. They never bought a pair of sneakers, like, ever. They never bought a pair of shoes for the fancy of, you know, just like collecting them. They were like, that sounds. They were like, I'm pretty sure that was just one of those like things of like, look at those fancy people having those luxury shoes. I'm gonna be one of them one day. And that was just like them projecting the luxury of those other people onto themselves, basically. Maybe that's how it worked. I don't know. I never understood any of like those things that it's like collecting something expensive, you know, and saying that's a investment, or like collecting something and it's saying it's a like collecting something very expensive and saying it's a like hobby, you know, like cars, you know. I never understood collecting cars because I'm like, are you going to be driving them? And so if somebody says yes, I would be like, okay, sure, go for it. See you once you're in debt, you know, just once you don't have any money.
But a 12-pack energy drink is usually like $30. So
I would never buy a 12-pack. Also, Blue Hawaii. I never had that one. Vice Guava, Fantasy Ruby Red. Yep, sure. I know you have white, peach, and there's a strawberry one. I know all of them. I know all of the Monster energy drinks. But yeah, it does cost like $30. So that's pretty expensive. I would only buy like a 4-pack personally. And that 4-pack, by the way, would last me a whole month pretty much. So that's for me, you know, a whole month. But yeah. Like I find it crazy that they have like, you know, 15 packs in the United States. Also, actually thinking about it, 15 pack is not that expensive when you think about it. Because if one of them costs $2, right? $29.97 for 15 energy drinks, that just is literally the same. You just pay bigger price for like the same thing, basically. So I personally think it's not bad, not a bad deal. Yeah, it's not a bad deal. It's pretty decent. I think, at least. I don't know what's like the price of a single energy drink in the United States. So maybe I'm very much off. Maybe like single energy drink costs like $1.50 or like $1. Who knows? Not me. Pardon. Pardon me. I nearly had hiccups. So yeah, if there's anybody from America still around here, tell me. Is this like $1, $2, $5? Probably not $5, because that would be a very very unbeneficial for like anybody, you know.
It adds up. The closer you are to them, the more you're gonna want to drink it. So it's probably not the best idea if you already take a.
I mean, yeah, if you don't have any sort of discipline, then he's correct here. Like you would want to drink it more, basically. Sometimes I buy things like, you know, milkshakes, energy drinks, canned coffee even. I like to drink canned coffee sometimes nowadays. Like I learned about canned coffee and I'm like, hey, this like tastes good. I enjoy it like once a day, maybe like, you know, once a day, not really once a day, once every week pretty much, because it's like, you know, it's canned coffee. it's caffeinated. But yeah, he is correct here. Like if you're not disciplined, you would be seeing that energy drink and you would be like, maybe one, maybe just one, and then you would be like, maybe another one, yeah, maybe third, fourth, fifth, and then you go down the rabbit hole, you know. Then it's like, I just drank $30 of energy drinks. How did I do that? Oh, and then you're gonna be having a heart attack probably.
A lot of caffeine now to stack up on it. Energy drinks gonna be calling your name midday like the Green Goblin mask. Now in defense of all this caffeine consumption, because one may wonder why Gen Z has so much, it's a couple of reasons. One being currently in college, and since you're studying a lot more, you need more energy, hence the
actually, I think that depends.
Energy drinks. Every generation has had their things for colleges.
Yeah, back in the days you would have a cigarette and coffee.
Back then it was taking out your stress on a cigarette pack, or taking coke to make the 7 a.m. test. Also going to the gym a lot more, which like I said is the reason I even have it on my days off. I don't. If you're coming from working a long day and want to hit the gym after, most people need a little something to pick.
Yeah, they do.
Themselves up. Another thing some people might be surprised by is partying. There's been an uprise in bars serving drinks with energy drinks intertwined, or just drinks having it themselves. Some people completely replace having alcohol with just an energy drink and go to a concert. The alcohol industry might be dead by the time we're old. They're practically begging for the youth to drink. But we have morals, alright? We draw the line at getting blackout drunk.
Yeah, I would rather have a heart attack instead of like getting drunk. Especially that I have very high tolerance to alcohol. that energy drink does more for me than alcohol, honestly. Like, also energy drinks taste better than most alcohols. And that's just like the pure logic here. Like, what would you ever have? A bunch of chemical compounds that somehow taste pretty decent, or vodka? Yeah, I think I know which one you're choosing. How about maybe a bunch of other compounds that make it like taste like pineapple or something, right? Or like beer. Yeah, I'm pretty not sure you're picking that pineapple thing, you know. Or how about this? How about, you know, would you rather have some wine, savory wine, or caffeinated grape juice? I think you're gonna be having the caffeinated grape juice over the savory wine, you know. Also, the fact that energy drinks are much cheaper than alcohol nowadays. At least in my opinion, or like at least in Poland. Like I could go like to a shop and be like, oh, vodka, yeah, very expensive, and I would look at at like energy drink, I would be like, yeah, $6, that's fine. Same in the UK, literally same in the UK. Like, if you don't drink alcohol in the UK and you drink energy drinks, that's just like, you know, you're saving some money, but not much.
Either be getting heart attacks by 30, or getting severely addicted to gambling that we lose our life savings. It could.
What do you mean? I don't get addicted to gambling. Never in my life. Never in my life have I gambled. Totally not. I feel like most Gen Z by now have not been addicted to gambling, but have gambled at least once. Like, no, I'm not even saying slots, like blackjack maybe. You know, blackjack is pretty fun.
It could also be that statistically Gen Z right now is the most stressed generation.
Yeah, I mean, who knew? who knew that the most stressed generation is the one that cannot get a job, is literally left with debt after university, and cannot get a job, cannot get a house, and even if they have a job and they can rent a place, they are barely having enough money for the increasingly more expensive, groceries, basically. Yeah, I mean, like, having a heart attack doesn't sound that bad sometimes, And I'm not promoting having a heart attack here. I'm just saying it doesn't sound too bad sometimes,
Whether you believe that or not, every time a generation is feeling stressed, there's always something to help with that cope. One of the other reasons for the uptick is it seems like everyone has an energy drink now. I can't even count on my hands how many celebs have come out with their own custom energy drinks. The Rock has one, Kim Kardashian has one, Logan Paul and KSI, which we all remember. Kids were getting cracked out thinking a prime energy drink was just like their apple juice, only to all of a sudden be able to bench 500 pounds 5 times in a row. Parents don't truly check on their kids anymore, because how is your kid casually having caffeine at 8 years old and 10 years old and you don't even...
Honestly, hearing him say that is making me scared for like the whole humanity. I'm like hearing him say like, how the hell like 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds having bloody energy drinks. I'm like, where are we going? What is this place? Brother, what the hell is going on?
No. Even Barron Trump, Donald Trump's son, announced he's releasing one in May of this year.
Okay, but that is a bloody yerba mate sparkling drink. Like, that's not really an energy drink. Baron, what are you doing? I mean, it doesn't look bad, but like, what are you doing? This looks healthy. This looks... I don't know. What is this? It's grapefruit ginger. I don't know. Maybe it tastes good. It's bloody yerba mate though, and it's organic. Like, what is this? I wouldn't like. I personally wouldn't drink it. In my opinion, it just doesn't look like it. It doesn't look. It doesn't look appealing to me. Where is the manliness? Where is the weird flavor names? Where is the totally not weird, list of chemicals? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this is, but like, good for him, I guess.
What the f does this know about energy drinks? I don't think I've even heard him talk. The only thing
I think he knows as much as you know and as much I know, probably. So, I mean, you know a bit more than me, probably. But I feel like Baron Trump probably had like enough, experience with drinking them that he probably knows like what tastes good.
Want to see him do was be in them war fields for the shit his father started. The main problem with it is...
Oh, yeah. Don't tell that. He's a uni student now, Or is he in college now? I think he's in college. Let him have fun.
It's not like food or something that doesn't affect your body too much. It's a stimulant that if you have too much, you can die from. I assume even people who don't drink caffeine who are fans of these celebs are gonna try their energy drinks and potentially get hooked on having them. Or may not know they can only have a certain amount before they get Fortnite.
Yeah.
Eliminated. You should also only be having the energy drink in the morning or 3 p.m. max. Any later, and good luck getting any type of sleep. There's
depends if you're already like tolerant or not. Sometimes I drink energy drinks around like 6 p.m. and I still get like sleep. Oh, I remember a story back when I used to like drink a lot of energy drinks before like I stopped drinking them for a while. I would drink them at night at like 10 p.m. just to fall asleep because I would have a sugar crush and that would help me sleep. Like, sometimes your insomnia medication doesn't work, so you have to find another way. And my way was having a sugar crush. And then I would wake up at like 4 a.m. being like, what the hell happened here? Where am I?
A ton of people who have permanent sleep problems every night because the amount of caffeine they consume. Caffeine has a half-life of 3 to 7 hours, meaning it takes that much time to get down to half the amount in your system. And if you have like 200 milligrams at 5 p.m., you're still gonna have a cup of coffee and a half in your system by 10, extending the time it takes for you to sleep. You most likely won't be able to sleep until like 1 or 2 a.m., which for anyone in school or that has a job, that's probably gonna make life worse for you.
Yeah. If you cannot function with very low sleep, then you are fucked. Literally fucked. Like, I remember functioning on 4 hours of sleep. And actually no, 4 hours of sleep and an energy drink.
Or you're gonna have the worst stage of it, having to take copious amounts of caffeine in the daytime, while at night downing a bottle of melatonin to fight it. It creates an endless cycle of you doing that until one day you either take a break, or I guess wait until you're at 900 milligrams of caffeine every day and have a heart attack in the middle of the night. To wrap it up, the main lesson of today's video, I guess, is to always remember the limits of caffeine.
Yeah, honestly, there's a good moral of the story here. I do agree with him on this one here. Because when you realize that there is a limit, and that limit is basically 2 cans of Monster Energy drink, right? Yeah, I think you should have a maximum of 1, you know, when you realize the limit is 2. That's my opinion here.
More and more are there cases of people either having heart attacks or destroying their bodies over having too much, which is why we should put cocaine back in Coke bottles. Follow me on Twitter.
I mean, he's not wrong. We might need to add a bit of extra white stuff to the Coca-Cola, you know? Why not?
Instagram and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
This was a good video. I'm gonna give him a subscribe and a like, honestly. I enjoyed this video because he did talk in depth about like the whole energy drink thing, you know. The only thing that he didn't mention is the fact that there's many energy drinks that are like not very well known, that are like very cheap and have a lot of weird chemicals inside of them, and they are pretty dangerous for you. Like in the long run, if you have like too much of an energy drink that has like copious amounts of chemicals, you might have a bit of a failure with one of your organs. You know, one of your organs might start to fail at some point. That's just me saying something about, like, you know, weird, very surprisingly cheap energy drinks, you know, because I don't think they are like safe. Like the ones that I used to drink when I was a kid, a teenager, actually, not a kid, a teenager. but whatever. Back when I used to be a teenager, the ones that I used to drink no longer exist. That means something, by the way. That does have to mean something. Like, either there was a chemical inside of them that is no longer allowed, or something bad must have happened, you know? Like, yeah. Whatever it was, nobody knows. I don't know. I don't even remember the name of the brand, you know? So that is just a warning from me about, like, weird, cheap energy drinks. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like, comment down below, tell me what you thought. You should check out this video that we've watched today, you know. It was a good video. Thank you for watching. See you another time. Link to this video is in the description. Goodbye.